Is seventh grade math something your child has to take? Homeschool families of sixth graders, I want to talk to you today. It's that time of year when we begin mapping out next year's curriculum. And I want to gently challenge you with this idea. Seventh grade math is not a fixed step. As homeschoolers, you have more flexibility than you might think. And this stage is less of a requirement and more of a decision point. Today, we're going to talk about when moving directly from sixth grade math into pre-algebra makes sense and when it does not. Hi, I'm Miss Beth of Math Mentor Tutoring. I work with middle school and early high school students across homeschool, public, and private settings. But in this video, I'm speaking specifically to homeschool families. No parent wants to push too fast, but no parent wants to hold their child back unnecessarily either. In homeschool circles, we often talk about students who are struggling, how to rebuild foundations, how to slow down, how to catch up. But there's another group that doesn't get talked about as much. The students who enjoy math, who grasp concepts quickly, who may be ready for more, but stay at grade level simply because that's what the label says. And when you're the one guiding your child's education, that responsibility carries real weight. That's why it helps to take a moment to consider readiness instead of labels. Instead of reacting to labels or assumptions, let's walk through this thoughtfully. In this video, we're going to look at 4 things. What 7th grade math is actually designed to do. What truly changes between 6th grade math, 7th grade math, and pre-algebra. What is not being skipped when a student moves ahead. And finally, how to make this decision based on readiness. Not pressure, not pace, and not grade labels. The purpose of 7th grade math is foundation strengthening. It reinforces fraction and decimal fluency, rational numbers, proportions and percent, multi-step problem solving. For many students, much of this foundation is already solid by the end of 6th grade. And here's the important part. 7th grade math is valuable, but the title of the curriculum matters far less than whether the instruction matches your child's readiness. For some students, 7th grade provides needed consolidation time. For others, pre-algebra reinforces the same skills, just in a more connected, forward-moving kind of way. Parents often worry that skipping 7th grade math means skipping important content. But when you look closely, pre-algebra doesn't remove foundational skills, it reorganizes them. Instead of practicing fractions and integers in isolation, students begin applying them within expressions, inside equations, in proportional reasoning as preparation for Algebra 1. Pre-algebra still revisits arithmetic. It just connects it more directly to algebraic thinking. So for a student with a solid 6th grade foundation, this can be a very natural bridge. This works best when gaps are mild. Maybe there's occasional hesitation with fraction operations. Maybe integer rules aren't automatic yet. Those skills can be reinforced in parallel, meaning your child moves forward while intentionally strengthening specific weak spots alongside new learning. But significant gaps, weak number set, confusion across many topics, that's different. In those cases, a traditional 7th grade math year often provides needed structure and pacing, and choosing that is not a setback, it's thoughtful placement. Whether your child begins pre-algebra in 7th grade or 8th grade, the long-term math sequence remains intact. Algebra 1, geometry, Algebra 2, That progression should not be rushed. I've noticed in some states the Algebra 1 and geometry is actually swapped, and the sequence goes pre-algebra, geometry, Algebra 1, Algebra 2. Algebra 1 and geometry are actually interchangeable, so the order that you tackle those in your homeschool is really up to you. The flexibility that sometimes opens up later, like pre-calculus or dual enrollment math, comes from steady, well-paced progress, not early acceleration. A strong pre-algebra and Algebra 1 foundation matters far more than how quickly a student moves through grade labels. So how do you decide? Not by age, not by grade level, not by wanting to just stay ahead. You decide based on readiness. Has your child completed 6th grade math with confidence and consistency? If yes, pre-algebra may be appropriate, but even strong students can have small gaps that don't show up in grades alone. An assessment gives clarity. It helps distinguish between mild gaps that can be addressed alongside new learning and larger gaps that should be strengthened first. That clarity removes a lot of pressure. Moving directly into pre-algebra is not right for every student. If your child struggled significantly in 6th grade, needs extended processing time, or feels overwhelmed by abstract thinking, another year of structured reinforcement in 7th grade math may be exactly what they need. And that is a strong decision, not a step backward. If you're unsure which direction fits your child best, I offer an assessment followed by a parent consultation to walk through the results and discuss appropriate next steps. No parent wants to push too fast, but no parent wants to hold their child back unnecessarily either. And that decision can feel weighty when you're the one responsible for choosing. That's why it helps to slow down and look at the readiness instead of labels. You don't have to guess. 7th grade is not a race. It's a checkpoint. The goal is not to move faster. The goal is to move wisely. When placement matches readiness, students build confidence, accuracy, and steady momentum without unnecessary pressure. And that kind of foundation carries them much further than a grade label ever could. That's how long-term progress is built. If this was helpful, I'm glad you're thinking through this carefully. Placement decisions feel significant because they are, and taking time to consider readiness is a wise step. If you need clarity before making your decision, I offer a readiness assessment followed by a parent consultation to walk through the results together. You don't have to guess. You're doing important work. Move wisely. Build well.